Alrighty, Periscope family. What am I supposed to call you guys? Joe Wilson was on his Snapchat the other day trying to figure out, what he wants to name his little tribe. Everyone's got their names for their tribe and everything. What's up, Harbor? What's up, Q? The brand is here. Rambo, how's it going? So I've been hanging out today watching. I hate admitting this, but watching some of the replays. Oh, Q, you are the bomb. Watching some of the replays from Summit Live. The very first stream that I wanted to watch that I missed. Not because I missed it and not because I was too tired and slept in, but because I was actually speaking at the same time, was Jeff Goldberg and Chocolate Johnny. Two of my absolute freaking favorites. And you can watch this now. You can watch all of these replays, which I'm going to be doing for like a month. And I thought I was going to have to go on Katch and like watch all of the Scope replays. No. If you go to Periscope Community or periscopesummitlive.com, periscopesummitlive.com, you can actually log in and they have all of the videos archived, like professionally done. And it's so good. Like Jeff didn't even realize that I was texting him. He didn't, I don't know that all of us speakers really even realized that they were professionally shooting all these videos. So if you go to periscopesummitlive.com, you can sign up and get a pass to watch all of the scopes, all of the streams, which literally physically wasn't possible for anyone to do because they were happening simultaneously. So I highly recommend you do that. And when you do that, I would please use my handle as your discount code. You get, I think, 25% off. It's worth it. I mean, think about how much we all spent and invested, not just time and energy, but cash to get out there. And believe me when I tell you as a speaker, I wasn't paid to go out there. So what's up, Arvin? But anyway, do yourself a favor, go to periscopesummitlive.com and sign up and use @ChrisStrub as your, I always do this. This is like my new thing now. I don't know why I'm like pressing a button, and Arvin's here. What's up, my man? Do it. That's how I'm going to be spending my time. Is rewatching so many of these scopes, so many of these speeches that I didn't get a chance to see. I mean, geez, Amanda Oleander was there, didn't get to see it. Like, good God. So, anyway, I wanted to get to my point, which was this. I just mentioned I was watching Jeff Goldberg and Chocolate Johnny. Jeff went first, and then Chocolate Johnny. They kicked off the summit with a scope talk, and their scope talk was a little shorter than I expected. What's up, Dana? Hi. So their scope talk was a little shorter than I expected. Dana, I'm just talking about how I'm catching up on so many. Hi. I'm catching up on so many of the fantastic streams and everything that I did not get a chance to see. Of course, I was in the room with Dana for the Saturday session, about, what was it, newbies pressing the button? What was the one you were in, Dana? But the one I'm talking about now is Chocolate Johnny. And Chocolate Johnny, his scope talk was a little broken up because of some of the technical issues of press the button, next slide, hashtag next slide. But he made an extremely important, valuable point. You were emceeing all Saturday afternoon. So you got to watch and listen to a lot of the talks. But Strub, it's me, yes, in the flesh, with the yellow on. By the way, you can get this shirt right now at teespring.com/teamstrub. You can also get my book at teamstrub.com. What Chocolate Johnny said that really resonated with me most, Dana and Q and Arvin and everybody else, hello, is that the fakers aren't going to make it. The fakers aren't going to make it. There's Ben Leonard. One more time, and this is important. The fakers aren't going to make it. If you are scoping, if you are Snapchatting, what's up, Ben? If you are scoping or Snapchatting or Facebook posting or Instagramming or tweeting, or maybe you're not even on social media at all, and you are trying to build a business and you are faking it in any way, you are going to lose. You are not going to make it. If you are not real, if you are not authentic, if you are not true to who you are and what your business is about and what you really identify as a person, just give up now. Because the fakers are not going to make it. The fakers are not going to make it. And we saw that this weekend, that the people who were there, who succeeded, whose speeches were the most passionate, and who really delivered, were the ones who have actually tangibly delivered results, who have actually done things, who have actually gone out and said, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to connect to people. Here's a relationship that I'm building and here's where it's going to go. No more BS. There's no more walls that can be broken down. Okay? My speech was awful. My speech was terribly done. I had 10 people come up to me afterwards and say, oh, well, your speech could have been better if you did this, and you could be a better speaker. But no one at Periscope Summit or Summit Live or whatever you want to call it now, no one at Summit Live was more authentic and brought it more passionately than I did. I left that room in tears, shaking. I walked into that room in tears, shaking. And Ben was there in the room with me. Ben, you saw how I was like, couldn't even move. I was like curled up in the fetal position after my speech. That is authenticity. That is being real. That is no BS. Sadly underattended? I don't even think of it that way, man. There could have been one person in the room. Everyone starts with one follower and one heart. Right? And the people in that room were witness to the beginning of a change, the beginning of a tangible, real, this is what we're going to do and here's how we're going to do it. That's what this is. Yeah, I think Ben's dad is still crying. Real, authentic. Again, the fakers are not going to make it. And that's why on Saturday night, when we found out that Dotan's, there's Tamela, hey. On Saturday night, when we found out that Dotan's performance was canceled or postponed, I said, no. No, it's not. Hey. It's not postponed. It's not canceled. No. Because what that man is about is authenticity. What Dotan is about is as real and as passionate as anyone I've ever met in my entire life. That what this guy has been doing traces way back before Meerkat, before Periscope, before YouNow, before Hearts, before add me on Snapchat. No. 2011, this man quit his job because he wasn't happy with what he was doing. You're welcome, Dad, but we got work to do. We're not done here. What's up, Sunday? We're not done. Summit Live was just the beginning. The fakers are not going to make it. And when we said, hey, Dotan, let's go down to the Civic Room and start playing, that's because that man is real. He's as real as it gets. He's absolutely as real as it gets. And there was no way in hell that that man was going to leave that building without playing his piano and sharing his gift. Not a chance. Yes, let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. So Tamela, I don't know if you got a chance to check out my speech, my little scope talk on Friday. Why did they cancel / postpone them? I don't know, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, with what happened, and if you guys don't know what happened, please check it out. There's no official video of it. Wasn't officially recorded on PeriscopeSummitLive.com because we jammed ourselves in the room. We jammed ourselves into the civic room, this tiny little room that's smaller than my apartment. And I don't have a very big apartment. Smaller than my apartment, in the civic room. And if you missed it, you missed what had to be the most magical experience, at least of the summit. Oh, you were in the room? Nice. Awesome. So you know what it felt like to be in there. You know what it felt like to be standing across that piano. You know what it felt like to experience something that, I mean, it was so perfect in every way. It was so incredible to stand there and watch what was happening with all of the most power. And I don't use that. I don't like talking about power scopers. Stood on a chair. Stood on a chair to listen and to experience and just to be there in the room. And we talk about, come to our room. ChrisStrub invites you to come to Arvin's room. ChrisStrub wants you to watch Cue the Brand scope. ChrisStrub tweets out that Dana Garrison is scoping. Like, this is like real and tangible. This is actual stuff that's happening. That when I say, come watch Cue the Brand on Marketing Therapy, on Blab, come watch what Amanda Oleander is talking about. This is real stuff. This is authentic. This is not fakers. These are real people doing real awesome things that you can talk to and interact with and engage with. If you have any questions at all for any of these people, there was not a single person that I met, thank you, Q, not a single person that I met at Summit Live who was not incredibly real and authentic and down to earth. And when Brian Fanzo says, look your audience in their digital eyeballs, F that. I liked your speech, mate. Thank you. Forget about looking them in the digital eyeballs. When you have the opportunity to look them in the real eyeballs, boom. The real, and I need to shave. I look terrible. Good God. This is getting bad, Q. Jeez. Look them in the real eyeballs. There may be trolls watching, but can you tell who the people scoping are? I love trolls. The fakers are not going to make it. The people, I want to get back to this. The fakers, the people who think that they can just press a button just for the sake of pressing a button, or press the button because, oh, I look pretty today, or press the button for whatever reason. You think that people are just going to watch you just for the sake of watching you. You're wrong. Because when Summit Live inspires people who have never seen a Periscope before, who have never seen a live stream before, why are you speaking about fakers? I don't know you. First time live. Periscope seems to be so. Go ahead, continue your comment, and I'm going to tell you why I'm talking about this. Because Summit Live is going to inspire a lot of people to join Periscope. And we are very quickly reaching this point where there's going to be, there already is for me, especially now that I've met all of these incredible, I mean, I met so many people this weekend. My God. Like, imagine, like, you got your favorite TV show on once a week or whatever. Like, oh, man, I want to watch. For me, I like Pardon the Interruption at 5:30 on ESPN, right? I'm like, oh, man, I got to watch Tony Kornheiser. Now I feel that way about everybody. Now I'm like, oh, my God, Joel Comm is on. Oh, my God, Jeff Goldberger's on. Holy crap, Jeff, Exo, look at that. And now she's here. I was just about to say Exo Liza. My whole point was this. There were all of these people that I went to Summit expecting, like, hoping to meet and, like, say hi to and be like, oh, man, you're awesome. I love watching you. And I did that. And then I met like 100 more who were like, Chris, you're awesome. And I'm like, what? Wow. I don't know. This is going to be some real stuff. I don't know that I had ever seen Dana Garrison on a scope before. That's crazy to think about. I don't know that I had ever seen XOXO Liza on a scope before. What the hell was I doing? These people are insanely cool. They're awesome. These are people who not only have their own enormous freaking audiences and, can do their own thing, and they're all over the place. They're these super mega stars. XOXO Liza comes up to me at the Blab party on Friday, and she's like, dude, you are awesome. And I'm like, Benny Foxmore. Yes. Tamela. Oh, it's Benny. He's here. Look at that. Benny and Q and I went to the airport together with Steve Sassman on Sunday. And Benny and I were on the same flight into Charlotte. What the hell was I thinking? You know what I mean? The fakers aren't going to make it. The fakers aren't going to make it. The fakers aren't going to make it. And I'm telling you, I am not a faker. I visited 50 states in 100 days and volunteered with a different youth organization in every state. And I did it because I thought it would be freaking awesome. And when Jeff Goldberg says, I hate periscoping, everything I do for a purpose, I really don't like periscoping either. I really don't like live streaming. I'm not terribly confident in the way that I look. I don't like my voice. I don't really like the fact that I can't afford a really great wardrobe to make myself look great every time I turn on the camera. I didn't even shave. And I'm talking to freaking Dana Garrison and XOXO Liza and Q the Brand. You know why? Because I'm real. I'm authentic. I don't BS you. I admit my issues, my problems. I don't look good. I'm not even a good speaker. If you don't want to watch my speech, I don't blame you, because I'm not that good. But what I tried to do last summer, visiting 50 states in 100 days, is tell you the stories and inspire the people that I met to go out there and tell their own stories. This is what's so important, okay? And this goes back to the crux of my speech. This goes back to the crux of what I was talking about on Friday. And I'm sorry some of you guys missed it, but again, you can watch it on the replay. If you were a speaker, you can watch it for free. And if you haven't gone on to periscopesummitlive.com, it's freaking ballin'. It's like professionally shot video. I'm the last speaker in room 1 from Friday. My story is just my story. I'm just a guy. I just watched Joel Comm say the same thing. Someone said, hey, Joel Comm, who are you? He goes, I'm just a guy. You know what? I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. But I'm a guy who recognizes and understands and appreciates a good story. I'm a guy who doesn't close my eyes and my ears to what's going on out there. I'm a guy who understands, oh, cool, you were there. Awesome. Fantastic. Yes, I remember now. I'm sorry about that. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Freaking Friday night, people were going over to the Blab party already. Everyone was gassed at the end of the day. Don't worry about it, man. Let me finish my point, and I don't want to keep you guys too long. By the way, if anyone wants to do a pass the scope, I'm happy to take all of this energy and all of these awesome people. What's up, Simply Allie? To invite all these wonderful people to your scope next. I'm a guy who recognizes a good story. And for me to go out there and first of all to become the first man to live stream in all 50 states, it's a heck of a story. I'll be scoping soon for Q the News. I'll definitely pop by. Great meeting you at Summit. Yes, absolutely. What I am best at in my world is recognizing a good story. And what I recognized at Summit Live was that There is such an overwhelming amount of good stories out there. Just, I mean, I showed you guys the ones that, look, like these are the people that I did a scope, my scope, like they let me do a hype scope, whatever, right? Fanzo and Ryan Bell, Chocolate Johnny, Anita Wingley, Dotan, Victoria and Sarah Moore, Josh Greenbaum and Jenny. Like, I had this entire huge list of people that I was so stoked to meet. And then I get to Summit Live and I'm like, yeah, okay. So Dana, before Summit Live, we did we were invited as speakers to do a special scope in conjunction with the Summit Live account, or the community, whatever it was called. And this was my idea that I came up with to get people hyped and energized. Was I did an entire scope to talk about why I was so excited to meet all these people, and also to talk about some of the different youth organizations that are on here. Best Friends Mentoring Program, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Lighthouse, Impression 5, Camp Massapog, Yes Iowa, Girls on the Run, right? And I wrote out my whole list. I wrote out my whole little list. I don't know if you can even read it, but I was like, oh man, Dr. Jana, Mr. A. Singh, Mitch Jackson, John Cordray, Vin Nolan, Sean, and Jana Francis, and like just went through as many names as I could possibly come up with. And I thought, man, I've got a pretty good grasp on what's going on at Summit Live. What's up, Janice? I've got a pretty good grasp of this community. I think I really understand what's going on out there. Just, what's up, Christian? What's up, my man? So great to meet you. Big weekend, absolutely. I thought that going into this weekend, I had this wonderful grasp of, oh man, I need to meet all these people. I'm going to get through this entire list and it's going to be freaking awesome. I'm going to meet Josh Greenbaum and boom. And I did meet Josh Greenbaum and he was great. But the people that I didn't know were the ones who blew me away the most. The people that I didn't know are the ones who blew me away the most. The people who are real and authentic. The fakers aren't going to make it. And the reason that all of these people, what's the secret to success? How do I get 8 billion trillion followers on Periscope? How do I blah, 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 blah? Be real, be genuine, be authentic. Recognize value, and when people deliver value to you, say thank you. Appreciate them. I tried as hard as I possibly could to appreciate everyone this weekend, to go up and say hi and really say thank you. I cried my freaking eyeballs out over and over and over again. And every time I did it, I sent out a tweet and tweeted to them to let those people know that I was listening to, many of whom I didn't actually get to meet. Your story is changing my life. And thankfully, a lot of that came back to me. It was incredible. At Blab, when Sarah D. Moore just sees me walking by, holding a beer. Chris, your story was amazing. I've listened to hundreds of speakers, and no one has ever... You were a terrible speaker, but the authenticity that you brought was unlike anything I've ever heard. That, to me, meant more than anything. When Liza comes up to me at Blab, again, Friday night, Chris, your story is unbelievable. How can I help you? How can we collab? What can I do to help you tell your story? Let me go get you a drink. I was like, oh my God. I was blown away. And just meeting freaking Dana. Goodness gracious. All the different scopes I missed that comment, sorry. Walked into. You know, some of my favorite scopes were the ones that weren't planned. I mean, obviously Dotan, everyone needs to know what happened in the civic room. killed the Summit Live Snapchat, man. We did the best we could. Make sure you follow Blake Croft. He is just freaking terrific. I mean, it was an idea that we had together, and he was just amazing. The fakers are not going to make it. Blake C4321 on Snapchat. See, I didn't want to say it because I was going to screw it up again. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you know I screwed it up. I filmed from my hotel room right before we left this 10-second Snapchat promo, and I like drew all over it and like put the tags on it and everything. And I was like, follow Blake C342. And it was like I put all this work into making this awesome thing, and I got his username wrong. Oh, God. He snapped me back. He's like, what the hell, man? Blake is just the coolest guy ever. I can't wait to meet the guy. The fakers are not going to make it. The fakers are not going to make it. And here's why. Because, one more time, as more and more people get involved with Periscope, as more and more people decide to press that start broadcast button, and that's what we all want. Blake C432. That's what we all want in the community, is we want people to get inspired to press the button. I see Millionaire Talk is here. Thanks for following me back today, Mr. Millionaire Talk. I would love to chat with you too. Now it's easier to expose people. Exactly. So the more people that press the button, the more content that's going to be out there. It's going to be so overwhelming for everyone. There's going to be a billion choices out there, right? And there already are a billion choices out there. Don't get me wrong. Like I just said, I mean, I thought I had a comprehensive list, and I'm very proud of all the people that I know. But the people that I met this weekend blow me away. Yes, one of my biggest regrets, but I don't like living life with regrets, but one of my biggest regrets was Saturday in the lobby between talks. I see Liza and Dana and everyone out there doing the whip and the nay-nay, and I'm standing on the outside, and I'm hungry, like we're about to go get dinner, and Steve Sassman's like, you should jump in there and do it. And I'm like, And now I wish I had, because that would have been ballin'. Because Dana and Liza are freaking awesome. I should have just danced. But I'll tell you what, you guys, after this scope, I'm going to go on my Twitter and I'm going to tweet out a link. I always go like this. Someone needs to train me to stop going like this. I don't know, like, I feel like I need to do something with my hand. It was a pre-planned flash mob. Interesting. So I guess I wasn't invited into the dance circle. Interesting. Pick me. I'm going to tweet out a link. I'm going to keep pointing at the bottom of the screen. God, Dana. Jeez. Sorry. I'm going to tweet out a link to a story from Wilmington, Delaware, where I actually did the robot whip and nay-nay with a bunch of young people during my trip. I did the robot whip and nay-nay. I did at 9 o'clock in the morning. Sober. Obviously sober. But the whitest guy you know did the robot whip and the nay-nay on television in Wilmington, Delaware, with West End Neighborhood House in Wilmington, Delaware. It was just freaking awesome. And it helped raise awareness for West End Neighborhood House in Wilmington, Delaware, which was one of the, I think it was 41 or 42 in terms of states that I visited this summer. But that's just one example of one of the many stories that I can tell you from my trip, the Team Strub journey, which went from May 15th to August 21st, 2015. And thank you guys all so much for sticking around so long. You guys are just ridiculously cool for being here. I really appreciate it. The hearts are fun because that tells me that, again, I don't really look at hearts. I don't really know how many I have, but that lets me know that what I'm saying is cool. So thank you for that. Still getting the little sparkles on there because I use hashtag Summit Live, so that's fun too. But I would love to talk to you guys more, talk with you guys more about all of the different youth organizations that I worked with during the summer of 2015. I think that just capturing those stories for a moment wasn't enough. And I would love to get as many of those organizations as possible involved with Periscope in 2016. Yes, absolutely, Christian. So here's my ask of you guys. I'd love to learn more about that, Chris. Here's my ask of you guys, because I have a billion things on my plate as well. I met a ton of people. I want you guys to stay on me. Make sure that, which organizations, I'll tell you. Make sure that you keep following up with me, and I will help you find an organization to work with. Let's chat about that in a project I discussed with Brooke, JC Limitless. How good was JC Limitless? Jesus. And I didn't see Brooke because I had to leave Sunday morning-ish, but I know she was awesome too. I haven't had a chance to watch her quite yet. But JC Limitless was just the bomb. Just the bomb. I had never heard of that guy. Never heard of that guy. Yes, Christian, let's do it. I'll DM you, or DM me and I'll DM you my phone number. We'll talk about it. Real life conversation. See, that's what's funny. Brooke favorited my tweet. Brooke was on my panel, and it was amazing. Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to every panel, but like I said at the beginning of the scope here today, I'm going back through periscopesummitlive.com and I'm watching a lot of the panels that I missed. The first one that I watched today was Jeff Goldberg and Chocolate Johnny, who reassured us that fakers are not going to make it. Fakers are not going to make it. Did you have fun? Of course I had fun. Because like I said, I met all of the people that I wanted to meet. I literally made an entire list of all the people that I wanted to meet, got selfies with all of them, except Lisa Sansucci, who I met but I didn't get a picture with. But more importantly, yes, I always have fun. I did miss Sean. No, I did not miss Sean's closing speech. I was there. I was there for Sean. I cried during that one too. Like I said, I met all the people that I wanted to meet, and that wasn't even the half of it. Because what was even more magical to me was the unplanned stuff. Doing a special scope with Josh Greenbaum, just sitting on the couch, talking about how we can use Periscope to make the world a better place. And there's so much more that could have been done too. I don't regret, I hate using the word regret, but I really wish I had done a scope interview with Derek Cowan. We were on a panel together, which was interesting. Yeah, geez, Hans, man. Gorgeous eyes. Who, me? Thank you. I don't know if you're talking about me or not, but yeah, Derek was the bomb. And that's what was tough. My panel was up against Jeff Goldberg and Chocolate Johnny, and then my scope talk was up against, oh, thank you. My scope talk was up against Derek Cowan. And like who, I was with Dustin Berlin, who was great. But I don't want to, we'll have plenty of time to dive into the intricacies of, how things could have been done a little bit differently or laid out. I don't think today is the day. I don't think we're at that point yet. We got plenty of time. They haven't even announced when the next Summit Live is. Anita Wing Lee. Oh my goodness. I actually got to meet Anita Wing Lee twice. I went with Q the Brand to meet her in Phoenix, and Q the Brand is still in here. We actually met up with Anita during her trip to Summit, which was really special to see, and then met her again. You know what? Special shout out to, let's do this. How about a special shout out to Anita? Because, where is it now? Do I not have it with me? First of all, this is sorry, I just missed another comment or two there. This is the official Periscope Summit shirt. And Anita, I gave away all my shirts during my scope, but I actually got some more shirts back. I should put one of these shirts on, the Parafam, right? What does that say? What does it say? Hold on. Parafam. How cool is that? They should provide Kleenex at the next summit. Yeah. Anita and I did an interview with Summit to promote a podcast episode and had 80 plus for 35 minutes. Awesome. Anita gave me a Scope Day shirt that I have here somewhere. I don't want to show you how awfully messy my apartment is because it's a little humiliating. And there are pretty girls watching. Are you okay with Mr. Rub-a-Dub-Dub? Yes, that's what Chocolate Johnny calls me. So please feel free to stop by. She brings the heat, absolutely. Please feel free to call me Mr. Rub-a-Dub anytime you stop by. Just stop by. I honestly don't even care if you troll me. I scoped last night from the treadmill, and I had a troll, and we were having a nice conversation for a good 20 minutes. Me and a troll. Why Rub-a-Dub? Because it rhymes with Strub. So I don't want to stick around too long, but just remember this. If you take away one thing from this scope, the fakers are not going to make it. And I'm especially inspired because I got a chance to meet all of these amazing people in real life this weekend. Press the button. Duh, duh, duh. Gah. Stop swinging your hand during your scope. Maybe that's why people give me hearts, because I keep going like this. But that's not really how I mean it. The fakers are not going to make it. The fakers are not going to make it. And to all of the people who I met in real life this weekend at Summit Live, and even in the week leading up to it, like Q the Brand, Tiffy for You, Joe Wilson, the Malia, Alexa Anastasio, the fakers are not going to make it. Don't waste our time doing nothing or being fake on Periscope or on Snapchat or even in freaking real life, even if you don't go on Periscope. Even if you don't scope, you have to be real. You have to be authentic. You have to be yourself. And when you are yourself, and when you're kind and generous and friendly and appreciative, you will win. It may not be right away. Agreed. Live streaming will separate the men from the boys and the women from the girls. You're damn right it will. You cannot be fake. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care how many hearts you have. If you don't bring it, you lose. You know? I don't care that Joelcom has 1 trillion times more followers than I do. That man gave an amazing speech, and he was super down to earth and friendly in the lobby, just speaking with everybody. That is why I like Joelcom. Not because he has 1 billion followers, not because he's a best-selling author. No. What's up, Alice? None of that matters to me. What matters to me is how real are you? How authentic are you? How down to earth are you? I always try to be down to earth. And if I spoke with you this weekend and I had to run away, it was probably only because I saw someone else that I was going to speak to. So I apologize for that. I think it happened once or twice. I was trying to meet Dotan to do a scope on Saturday afternoon. Someone started talking to me and they were like, "Oh, you look like you got to go." And I'm like, "Well, I just told Dotan I was going to meet him." So if that was you, I apologize. I think that was the only time I looked like I had to go somewhere. I was being pulled a lot. Yes. See, Stretch, I wanted to talk to you right after my panel, and they were calling me over for a group photo. They were like, "Everybody get together. And I was like trying to talk to you, and you were like, "Dude, go take your photo." And I was like, "But you want to talk to me. Like, that's not how it, yes." So I apologize for that too. I almost forgot about that because that was early on Friday. But you saw, I was like, no, like, they can wait. You wanted to come say hi, so here we are, right? Funky! Vicky, thank you for sharing Rob for a few days. Peace out, Benny. Who did you want to meet but didn't get to meet? Sorry if you have already mentioned this. I met everyone that I wanted to meet and then some. I actually met literally everyone on my list except Robert C. Stern, who wasn't there. So everyone that I wrote down on my list, I met. And more. Oh, Rob's not back yet. But there you go. There's my list. Right from the top. Fanzone Ryan Bell, Chocolate Johnny, Jeff Goldberg, Big Dreamer, Joelcom, who was just freaking awesome. Anita Wingley, met her twice. Dotan on piano around, he was just the bomb. Absolutely the highlight of Summit for me was Dotan. Victoria Taylor and Sarah Moore, they're like sisters, seriously. Josh Greenbaum and Jenny Q, both freaking awesome. I spent probably more time with Josh Greenbaum than anybody else this weekend. I mean, and on and on. Periscope Ryan, Dr. Zana, Mr. A. Singh. Dr. Zana was like, who the hell are you? I'm like, I'm ChrisStrub. She's like, oh, hey. She was great. Ben Leonard, Jenny Inspired. Jenna Francis. John Cordray, Vin Nolan. Sean, Carlos Gill. So many great people. But like I said before, I think the true highlights for me were the people that I didn't even know. XOXO Liza. Dana Garrison. Tons of people on YouTube brag about their subs list but live in their parents' basements. Who cares about a subs list? The only one that I had met before was Jeff Goldberg. Liza is just the bomb. I had never seen her stream before. Do you believe that, Funky? I mean, just think about how open your mind is and how you think you have this great tribe built and you know everyone, and then you walk into a place like that and you're like, oh my God, what am I missing? That's how I felt this weekend. Oh my goodness, how wonderful is Dolly? Oh, Jeff is one lucky dude. He really is. She is such a sweetheart. All right, I don't want to take up all of your time, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. But let's act. Let's do. Christian, follow up with me. Let's make this stuff happen. Liza, Ben Leonard. Ben Leonard, you've got a homework assignment, man. So does your dad. Let me know how I can help. Let's work on this. I think I bit off more than I can chew. My dad used to say, he bit off a pretty big piece of cake last year. I did meet Mitch, and Mitch was only there for a little bit. But I got a selfie with Mitch. I actually got him as he was checking in. And he had to go, so he was only there for a day. But I caught him as he was walking in. Thanks, Chris. You're really inspiring. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Do I follow you back? Simply Allie? Let's see. Now I do. Great. Thank you guys for being you, for being authentic, for being real. And remember, the fakers are not going to make it. The fakers aren't going to make it. The fakers are not going to make it. Danica McKellar, don't know who that is. Hello from Russia. Thank you guys so much. Do me a favor, add me on Snapchat at ChrisStrub. I made some deliciously inspiring breakfast smoothie this morning, thanks to my friend Anna Hendricks, who just crushes it. But it's, and the reason I show you stuff like that is because it's changed my world. It's changed my approach on every day that I wake up and eat super healthy. Gotta love Russia, sure. When you wake up, you get a good night's sleep, you eat super healthy, and you don't waste your time. It's amazing what you can do. And I am so honored that so many of you have offered so many of your kind words. I want to help you. I want to do everything that I possibly can. So if there's anything that I can do to help you guys, through my story or through anything that I can do for you right now, just let me know. Go to teamstrub.com, facebook.com/teamstrub, add me on Snapchat at ChrisStrub. And I don't rewatch my own scopes, although I did rewatch some of my scope talk because it's professionally done. I probably will not rewatch my scope. So, because there's so many other ones. Why would I rewatch myself if I could go on and just go watch 25 other awesome people? We only have so much time, plus I have to go to work. So, teamstrub.com. 50 states, 100 days. The book is available now at teamstrub.com. Please consider getting my book. It takes about 3 hours to read, which is not crazy because I just scoped for an hour. So you could have been a third of the way through the book anyway. Oh God, it's 4:26. I got to get going. Crap. Teamstrub.com. You can get the book. I'm a copy editor. 50 states, 100. Oh, Sarah McDowell's here. Let's close on this. Make sure you follow Sarah McDowell at Sarah McDowell WV. Sarah, keep commenting so people can follow you. This is my official sponsor from Summit Live at Big Little WV, but she's in here as herself, which is wonderfully authentic and fantastic. At Sarah McDowell _WV, we're going to make her the most followed and most watched and most appreciated non-profiteer in America. How about that, Sarah? Does that work? Check out teamstrub.com, 50 States, 100 Days. The book is available now on Amazon. Please, 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 if you enjoyed hearing me at Periscope Summit or Summit Live this weekend, just get my book. It tells the stories of all of the different organizations that I worked with around the United States, including Big Brothers Big Sisters of South Central West Virginia. The book is available now. You can also get my t-shirt. If you go to teamstrub.com, there's a link up there. That's about it.